Hopefully a reset will fix this, but I'm a little annoyed. Here's where things start to take a pretty frustrating turn. So, shortly after getting my vehicle back from the service appointment where they addressed a lot of my issues, I noticed that there were some yellow or darkening lines developing on the outer, basically the perimeter of the display. So they were on the left and the right hand side of the MCU. And I immediately brought it to their attention, and we got set up for another service appointment. Well, I just left the service center and they confirmed that I am not seeing things with this yellow. Well, you can't really see it. Let me back it up. Maybe you can see it better then. iPhone camera, come on. The yellowing on the edges here is definitely not right, and they're gonna have to order another unit for me. So I don't know what that's gonna mean. Hopefully they can do it carefully and not damage the the edges and everything around here, because I'm really concerned about that. I just noticed this little ding here. It's possible I may have done it, who knows, but just now noticed that. Not good. Anyway, so that's what's going on there. This time, rather than getting a Model X as a loaner, I got a Model S instead. I wasn't really happy about it, but I just went with it because at that point it was looking like, hey, this is only the second Model S I'm getting. Don't make a big deal out of it. It's not, it was kind of a reminder for me why I chose the Model X. So that's how things went with that. So as soon as I got back into that loaner, I immediately started to lament the loss of my Model X. Oh my God, I'm so glad I own a Model X, I'm telling you. Whew, man, it's tight in here, But once again, the glass roof is super cool. So nice, I really like it. But still, I like my Model X better. That's about it. But they were promising me it wasn't going to take them long to sort out the issue. They were saying it was something with the display, but for some reason they wouldn't be able to just replace the display on the MCU. It would basically force them to take the entire unit out and replace it. So I just got a message from the Tesla service center saying that everything was going smoothly with my replacement MCU, and the I don't know if I want to call it the keyless, the remote, the key fob. There's a wireless antenna that's supposed to control the door and make it open, and it hasn't been working. So they said that they're nearing completion, but they can't give me an ETA on when it'll be done. First of all, it's way too low to the ground for my taste now. I mean, after driving the Model X for an extended period of time, it's really not my thing. This invoice is for July 18th, 2017. That's when I turned it in. And we're going to go over from step 1 here. Concern: MCU has yellow lines around the perimeter. Check and advise. Corrections: media control unit, touchscreen, general diagnosis. MCU has vertical yellow lines run length of screen with power on or off. Corrections: media control unit, touchscreen. Replaced MCU and restored customer profile data to the new MCU. They did all that. The only thing I had to do was set up the Bluetooth again. No big deal. Well, let's move on. And they, of course, they list their courtesy inspection there. And if you can remember in the last video, I talked about the bolts that were missing. Good day. I just happened to discover this. I remember that I saw some bolts that were just sitting around after the vehicle was in service the last time, and now I see what those bolts went to. I'm gonna have to bring this to their attention. I mean, come on, guys, come on. So, concern, check rear undershield for missing bolts, hardware. Corrections, body panels, general diagnosis. Rear aero shield, missing hardware. Please replace missing bolts. Corrections, diffuser panel rear. Replaced missing bolts and washers. So those are the bolts and washers that I had kept handy and gave them back to them and had them fix it. Number 4. Concern that the power front left door does not open when walking up to the vehicle with key in hand. Check and advise. Corrections, antenna, passive entry, front. Checked antenna and circuit to antenna and left rocker panel. Parts replaced or added. Part. Basically an antenna for that. Corrections, keyless entry and security general diagnosis. Automatic door feature is not working. Corrections, module. Center body controller. Antenna and circuit are okay. Replaced BCCEN, updated configuration, ran firmware, paired keys, and initialized. Parts replaced or added. Okay, so it's basically a transmitter, remote keyless, battery, programmed both keys to the vehicle. I don't know why, I can't seem to remember, but I feel like this wasn't the last. I think this did take care of the problem, but there was something else that came up concerning the door, and I'm going to get to that later. So that'll do it for this appointment. Once again, I'm getting back into my Model X, so saying goodbye to this one. Alright, here we are, back together again. I got to set up a few things, but they were able to keep most of my settings. Unfortunately, I can't get my phone to connect, though. It's just endlessly searching, which I think is a little odd. But anyway, I'm going to leave these guys alone. They're roughly 15 minutes past closing, and I've got to get somewhere right now. So, but yep, got it back. Everything's working. Automatic doors on point again, so I'm happy about that. Hopefully a reset will fix this, but I'm a little annoyed because the car has basically been gone all week. It's been with Tesla, and they put a new unit in here, yet I can't even see the navigation now. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to try resetting it and see if that clears things up, but this is unacceptable. So here is a demonstration of what the car is doing from the outside. I'm going to go in and press the button here to close it. And it just stays down, not going up. So the only way to get it to go up is to get in from the other side and let the window up. So as you can see, my problems were far from over, but it looked like Tesla had some problems of their own. In the summer of 2017, they decided to cut sales at 2 of their locations, Marietta and Decatur, which I was filming from in this video. I don't understand why they would do that. They said that their reasons for doing it didn't really make sense to me. It just seemed like it was limiting them a great deal. And another thing that I thought was odd was at the Decatur location, you were in the dark for a few months, which I found to be quite unsettling at times. I mean, you're just sitting out there in the dark. There's nowhere to go. There's a shopping center they're working on across the street, and they should have it open by the end of the year, but still, these things didn't look good. If I can make this, I'll be very happy. I'm doing everything I can to try to to make it. I have friends coming over for dinner. I've got the windows down. I never ride with the windows down. Here we go. Will I make it? Stay tuned.